Good morning, Too Cool Team. Once again, here on Wednesday, we are at Ask Angie Live. And you know what? I totally forgot to go back and see if you guys had any questions from the first video I did this morning. But if you did, then you can ask me and I'll be happy to answer those later in the episode. So I did have a couple of really quick questions to start. And then we are going to talk a little bit about BOGOs because I have had some questions about those over the past couple of weeks, and I thought it would be a perfect time to be talking about what to do with all of your retiring stuff. So let's start out with, let me just write a little note here. Let me start out with the first couple of questions. I've had a couple of people ask me recently about card jackets. So let me give you an example. So I have these little protector card jackets that go on the cards, and they just slip out like that in the little pocket. So I've had several people say, where do you get these? So I just wanted to let you know that you can get those at clearbags.com. Just like it sounds, clearbags.com. And these are called card jackets. And I love them to protect my cards. And when I'm having, any of my classes, or if I have cards on display, it's just really nice to keep the dust off of it. When I have a class going on and I try to put them in my little holder, which is nice, but if they get taken out of the holder, which I try to express that I don't like that as much, but if they do and they end up in the bucket next to an inky stamp, it's really great that it has a nice little protection on there. So this is one, and it's also great if you want to sell cards. There's actually two different sizes. This is, I think it's CJ45 is the item number for this one. It fits just a card perfectly. And then there's actually ones that, do I have one around? Of course, why would I have one here near me? There's one that's a little bit longer. That's, I think it's A245 maybe. I can't remember the name of it now, but anyway, it's A2 something. I will find that and put that on our on the top in the comment or in the comments or something. Anyway, it's a larger card jacket, and it actually fits an envelope inside as well. So if you want to sell cards, that's a nice way to put the envelope inside, and then they can still open it up and see the sentiment that's on the inside when they're purchasing. Now, if you don't want to purchase from there, I don't think they're very much money. I think there might be some shipping involved. When I get them, I get so many at a time. I might get free shipping. I don't even remember. It's been a long time since I purchased from them because I just bought a bunch at a time. If you don't want to go that direction, you can always use our clear envelopes, which is just a clear, it's just a clear envelope. So you can stick it in there. You can see through it. It's going to protect just as well. Here's one right here. I'm like, why didn't I should have brought, props. Well, I do have one. So this one is just a clear envelope, and we sell that at Stampin' Up. You can just find it right next to the medium white envelopes. Has a little adhesive strips. You can either tuck that in or adhere that on the back. And I like to use these for my vertically folded cards. So ones that open this way, they don't have, at the moment, they don't have card jackets that fit that direction. So so that's what I like to do. Now, sometimes if you want to look on the inside of a vertically folded card, you can actually put two of these card jackets, or two of these clear envelopes, pardon me, together. So you'd have one in for the front and then put one on the back, and then you can either adhere the two together, but then each side would have a jacket on it or an envelope on it, and you could still open it up and see. So that's one way that you could do it if you have a vertically folded card. Anyway, so I get a lot of questions about where I get those. So I know I have a ton right now, so I won't be placing any orders, but you're welcome to go on our Too Cool Stampers Facebook group page, and if you guys want to, pull together and get card jackets together. That's kind of a good way to be purchasing those. So, hi Debbie, good to see you this morning. Okay, so the second question, which I did already answer in the weekly updates, but Jennifer Matson had asked me earlier in the week, and it was a great question. How long do we have to use up our demonstrator reward dollars that we have earned during celebration? And we've been earning those, you know, January through March, and then we've had those, and we've kind of been saving them up so we can use them for the new product. Well, now it's here. You need to use them up, and we only have until the 11th of June to get those used up. So make sure that you get those used up because they will go away, and you don't want to lose your product credit. So if you don't know exactly, if you've not heard about celebration rewards, then you probably didn't earn them. That was something from earlier on in the year. Funny you mentioned card jackets. I was going to place an order and ask if anybody wants some. Well, look at that. Great minds. I love it. So, yes, if you want to place an order, it sounds like Debbie will be ordering from Clear Bags. So, okay. I don't see anyone else on here right now, and I don't have any other questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a question that I get quite a lot, and actually get several different kinds of questions about BOGOs. What is it? How do you run it? How do you price for it? Why do you do it that way? And so I thought I'd do just a little training on that. And this is, I think I have some other training that's a little more thorough somewhere. I might have to see if I can link to that, but I'm going to give you a rundown of the basics. And I know several people are here that have not been here since we've done the last training. So it's a really good thing to know about, especially if you have a lot of retiring stamp sets and you want to liquidate them. Now is the perfect time because up until yesterday, we weren't really allowed to sell any retiring merchandise. So anything that had not yet retired until yesterday. So now we can sell anything from the catalog, and it's okay to do so. So how do we do that as far as doing that with a BOGO? A BOGO, buy one, get one free sale. And I've done several of these over the years. I think I'm going to set another one up because I have a lot of stuff to get rid of. And it is a great way to not only liquidate what you have, but also boost your sales. So if you're in need of hitting that minimum for this quarter, if you want to boost your sales, you want to get up to the volume rebate, you want to get a little bit more in your pocket, this is a great way to do it. So let me tell you how it works basically. So buy one, get one free is you put all your clearance out that you want to sell. Whatever people buy from your clearance, they are going to get the equal amount in new product for free. And the way that works is let's say someone picks out $100 worth of your clearance products from your sales table. And you would take that amount, you total it all up, it equals $100. You're going to get an order form out. You're going to write $100 on the top and say, now you're going to go and select new products from the new catalog, whatever's currently available, and it needs to total at least $100 in retail value before shipping and tax. They can order above. That is absolutely fine. And if they do order above, they can always go back and add some more clearance. Let's say they order $125. They find $125 worth of new products they want. I let them go back and pick out $25 more worth of product from my table. So it's like whatever value you have in clearance, you're going to get in new. So, but they do have to hit that minimum of whatever the clearance total was. They have to order at least that much in new product. Then they're going to add in the shipping and the tax on that. So you don't give that for free. That's, you have to pass that along to them to purchase that or to pay for that. So essentially, you're saying buy one, get one free, and you're kind of buying the new and getting the clearance for free. But the way you're promoting it is buy the clearance, you're going to get equal amount in free new product. It's just the logistics of the actual, when you're writing the order up, it's kind of a little bit backwards, but don't get hung up on that. That's not what's important. Okay, so how does that work, and why, and how do you price it? The thing that people get stuck on is the pricing for this event, and that is when it's super duper important. So to be effective, a BOGO event needs to be, your items need to be priced at full price. And what I mean by full price is, let's say in the catalog it costs $20 for a stamp set. $20 is how much you're selling that product for at your clearance event. And I know it seems a little counterintuitive, because if you're trying to get rid of your products, it's like, oh, well, I want to discount those because now they're used and I want to get rid of them. And so I'm going to make them 50% off, or at least, 25% off or something. And so it seems a little counterintuitive, but you have to remember that they are getting the exact same amount of product for free in new. So you have to counterbalance that off so that you're only going to make 50% off of your clearance, basically, because of that new product that they're purchasing. Anyway, you want to have that to be, for example, have a $20 stamp set. Are we still here? Sometimes the connection's a little crazy. Okay, let's say we have a $20 stamp set, retail value of $20. If you price it for only $10, let's say I'm going to clearance all my stuff, I'm going to price it at half price. So I've put $10 asking amount on a $20 value set. Then I'm going to get $10 in sales from that purchase. So $10 in new product sales, which means if I look at my instant income for that amount of sales, it's $2. So I'm making $2 on a $20 stamp set, $20 value stamp set. Now, if you use the full price as your asking price, a $20 stamp set value, you're asking $20, you're going to get $20 in new product sales when someone purchases that. So you'll end up receiving $4 back. So you're doubling your price when you're asking for more. So you might be thinking, okay, $2, $4, I'm only getting $4 for a $20 value stamp set. Well, okay, so that's like 75% off. However, when you start adding all of those up, it actually makes it a lot more worthwhile. Let me give you another example. Over the course of your event, let's say, you sell $600 in clearance merchandise. And believe me, for some of you, that might seem like a lot. For me, I have a lot to sell, so this is just an example. So for $600 in products that you're selling, that's the value, the retail value of stuff that you have sold. If you price it at 50% off the bat, so they only would need to spend $300 to get that $600 in merchandise. And this is several people, obviously, that we're talking about that are purchasing. If they're only paying $300, your instant income is going to be $60. So you'll be making $60 in your pocket from instant income off of those new product sales. If you take that same $600 in value product and you price it at $600, and so you're getting $600 in new product sales, your instant income is going to be $120. So that is, obviously it's twice as much. So that's a significant difference. Now it's still only $120 for $600 value product. However, this is the way I love that. This is the thing I love about it. It's set up so that Stampin' Up! Pays you. So the more sales that you get, the more you're going to get back from Stampin' Up! So when you put your orders in for your new products, you are going to get Stampin' Rewards on that $600 in workshop, basically is what it's called. You're going to get Stampin' Rewards of, let's see, $96. So you'll be able to select $96 in free product yourself. I actually forgot to write down, you get a 50% off item. So you can put whatever you want as a 50% off item, and that's going to help you. You'll make some money back there. You'll also, if you're bronze Elite, which means you would make 5% additional instant income. You get an extra $30 on that $600 order. It also takes you to the takes you to the volume rebate level. So you're going to get 4% back on volume rebates. That's $24 additional dollars. Plus, don't forget, it'll be 4% off of anything you spend that month, not just that one $600 order. That volume rebate is going to count toward anything you purchase for the entire month. So any product order that you place, any class order that you place, you'll also, whatever that is, you're going to get 4% additional off of that. And then, so that's going to add all up, and you're going to get, I didn't put the 50% off item because I don't know what that is, but essentially you're going to get about $270 worth of value back on that $600 order. So that's essentially about, that's like if you would say 55% off of all the products. But the cool part is when you do it this way, you are getting your sales, you're meeting your minimums, you're being paid by Stampin' Up instead of just taking it straight from your pocket. So it's helping you to get, their minimum, helps you to get to volume rebates. It helps you to get team commissions. At the $600 level, you start qualifying for team commissions if they have enough sales, and then you earn a profit from them. It helps you earn bonuses down the line. It helps you get flex points so that you can get product credit back from those things. So there's a lot of little things that add up, and you're actually going to get at least as good of a value, or even possibly better, depending on the volume of sales that you have, or whether you're, if you already have $1,000 in sales for the month and then you add this onto it, that's really going to bump up your volume rebate level as well. So anyway, just wanted to give you an idea of how that all works together and why it's super important to charge full price rather than start out with the discounted price. Now, that being said, there are, at least I've been doing this for 15 years, so I have a lot of stamp sets that are dated and ones that have been sitting here that I've been trying to get rid of for many BOGO sales, and they are sitting here, and I need them gone. So I need to come up with a way to get rid of those. So those, I might discount those. If it's a $20 set, I might put 10 or 5 even on it, just because I want to get rid of it. I'm tired of it now. And it's costing me more to store it than it is, to lose some money on it. So stuff like that you can certainly discount. You can also, what was I going to say? If you have other products, paper, embellishments, dies, folders, whatever you have, I would always try to mark that as a full retail price as much as possible. If you have a partial bolt of ribbon, mark it accordingly. If it's a half of a bolt, then it's, $4 instead of $8 or whatever it is. But try to mark it as close to retail value as you can. The other thing I was going to mention is if you're worried about not getting, some people worry about a BOGO, I'm not going to get all of the value of my stamp set. I have a $20 stamp set and I'm only going to get, 45% of that value back. Well, that is true, but it's just kind of how it works if you're in it for the business especially. You want to keep rotating your product out. You want to keep having new, fresh, and trendy items. And you also want to make sure that you have purposeful purchases to begin with so that when you do purchase that $20 stamp set, you're actually using it for a class. And when you have that class, you've maybe sold 6, 8, 12 class kits, and that has paid for your stamp set right there. So if you're doing it right, if you're not just, as a business, if you're not just buying things willy-nilly, you're actually buying them for a purpose, then you should have had some type of event or something happening where you've already gotten your money back out of that. You've already used that for the purpose and you're done with this. So whatever you're getting back from your sale is actually a bonus on top of that. Yes, it does have a value, but you want to get that, you want to get the retired stuff out so that you can show that trendy merchandise. If you're a hobbyist, this may be a little bit different for you because you're not buying things for a purpose necessarily. You're buying it for your own purpose, for your own fun, for your own happiness. So maybe this kind of thing wouldn't appeal to you, and you can just do a flat sale because you're not interested in bumping those sales up. But I'm telling you, it's kind of nice to get paid by Stampin' Up! And see your sales grow and see yourself starting to hit different milestones and advance. That's another thing I didn't write down. When you're adding to your sales, you're helping yourself get to that bronze elite rolling sales. You're helping yourself get to that silver. Maybe you have a recruit, but you don't have the sales. That's going to help you get up to that silver title. So things like that to keep in mind as you're putting together this clearance type of an event. Now, just quickly, let me see if I hit everything here. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, just a couple other benefits of doing it this way. So when you're having an event that's like, a lot of people are say, well, why don't you have buy one, get one 50% off? Well, I did do that for several years, and one of the things that I found was it's not as exciting to people. There's a lot of people out there that are doing buy one, get one free. And when I say buy one, get one 50% off, then they're not going to buy as much. They might only have so much money to spend. I'm not going to get rid of as much of my clearance as I would like to. If you say buy one, get one free, that's an excellent deal. It sounds good. It is good. They're going to walk away with a whole bunch of products, and they're going to have a whole bunch of new products on order that they're going to get to play with. So it is double the win for them, and it's double the win for you because you're going to have a lot more people come to your event, a lot more people buying at your event, and a lot more of your retired merchandise out of your way. And so that is a big, big plus. So yeah, so let me talk about just a little bit about what the event looks like when you have a BOGO event. So the way I set it up, I mean, obviously you're putting everything out like a garage sale and have that all marked. Oh, before I even get to that, let me give you a quick tip about pricing, because I know Darla has mentioned this in the past, and I never remember to do it, but it's the perfect time. And that is, as soon as you get your stamp set, as soon as you open up your box and you're putting your stamp sets together or seeing what you got, put a little sticker on the inside of your stamp set that says what the value is, and that is going to save you a ton of time. If you label your stuff as they come in, when they're easy to look up and find what the value is, when you can just write it on there, a bolt of ribbon, you can just write it right on there. Just buy those little tiny white stickers and stick that in there, and that way they're all priced and ready to go. You don't have to go back and what catalog was that in? Was that in the holiday catalog? Or how many years ago was that stamp set? I mean, I have things from 15 years ago. I don't have a clue what catalog everything's in. And so it makes it really easy if you price it up front. So I love that. The other thing that's good about pricing all at the retail level is you can always do a little flash sale and say, not necessarily a BOGO, but let's say you've had your BOGO and your stuff's still sitting out, and maybe 3 weeks later you do another sale. You can just say 50% off everything, or 20% off everything, or 70% off everything. You have the same retail price. You don't have to go back and reprice every item. You just say whatever percentage off, and that makes it so super easy. So that's another good reason to be pricing everything at your full retail value. Okay, so let's get back to how does the event look. And I'm just going to do a quick run through of what I do and what I have seen other people do. And that is, I'd actually charge $5 to get into the event. It's like, hey, I'm like Vera Bradley. If you want to come and shop this awesome, spectacular sale, you got to pay me. The reason I do that is because it gives the event some value, but I also give it some value, and this is what I do. So I market, obviously, the BOGO. I also like to have a set of try-it stations, is what I call them. Try out a new product. So I might have a new tool, like when the Stamparatus came out, that would be a good try-it station. the new dyes, maybe the whatever it is, there's like sparkle, or I can't remember what it's called, shimmer embossing powder. I didn't get that yet, but you could have, little things that they could try to see if they like it, get their hands on it. And I love, a couple years ago, Jody did a BOGO and she had try it stations, and I love her concept of every try it station was a different part of a project. So one might be an embossing folder, and that's going to be the background. Another might be a stamp, a certain way of doing two-step stamping, and that's going to be the focal point. Another might be an embellishment, so it's learning how to alter an embellishment, and you'll tie that around the background. And anyway, she had 5 different stations, and all 5 try it samples or things that they did came together and made one card. And so they had to make and take that way. I love that idea. I would probably do that, and I would have 2 cool cards because that's my thing. It also gives my excuse me, my event a little bit more value. So they would have 2 cards that they would make for the $5. And then if they placed an order of $75 or more, then I'm going to waive that fee. So they actually are going to get that money back if they place an order. But other things that I have happening at the event are prizes. You got to have prizes, got to make it fun. So every half an hour, I give away I have a prize drawing, and I've been having some really awesome prize drawings, like $20 package of, I'll put together a designer series paper, maybe even a stamp set and a coordinating embellishment, and put that all in a cello bag, and that is a prize. So they're really good prizes, and that happens every half an hour. And I might do it, I might have like a 5-hour, 6-hour type of an event. And I usually do it on a Sunday just because it's easy, but you could make it work with whatever your schedule is. I also have kind of an early bird sign up that's another reason I like to have the $5. It gives them a little, like I said, a little bit of value for the event. And I tell them if they sign up by a certain date, then they're going to get a little free gift when they arrive. And so I do like a little table gift, a little door prize as they come in. And it could be actual retired product. It could like a little goodie bag of retired product, embellishments, or a ribbon, or a pack of paper. Or you could actually make something, make a little treat holder of some sort. It could be with retired product. It could be with new, to showcase some of the new stuff. So it's kind of all what you want, what you have, what you want to get rid of with the retired stuff. And then I also, if you wanted to, you could do a little sampler of something, like a sample bookmark of the in colors. We talked about that as something that you could put in your catalog when you send it out. This is another a little sampler, a little something that has some value that they can take with them to help them make purchasing decisions in the future. So you have all these things going together. There's a lot of value. I know some people have said, why are you charging to come to a sales event? But it is something that it takes a lot of time to set this up. And I'm giving them, hands-on with new product. They get a prize or a table gift. They have chances to win awesome prizes. So they're getting a lot of, and 2 make and takes from the try it stations. They're getting a lot of value. $5 is not too much. And especially when most of them, if they're coming to shop. And if if they have $50, $60 all totaled up, and you say, hey, your fee's going to be waived if you spend $75, that helps them get to the $75 total as well. So more stuff going out of your door and more money in your pocket so you can buy new stuff. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. I could go into a lot more detail, but I just wanted to kind of give you the basics of how that all works. If you have more questions about a BOGO sale and how the logistics of it in any way, or why, or questions about pricing, you know where to find me. You can ask and I'll be happy to answer. Okay, everybody, I'm going to leave it there for this week. I am so excited that you spent some time with me. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow at my Facebook Live. That's at 9 a.m. And we'll be making 2 cool projects. So I will see you then. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.